Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. The main reason women will test a man, the main reason they will test a man, it's not because they evil, they being bitchy or whatever. They'll test a man for one simple reason. They want to see if he is who he say he is. See, it's very important. It's easy for a man to say, well, I'm this and I got this and I got all that. They're going to test that. Or to say how tough he is, even how manly he is. He can say all that. They testing just to be sure. Yeah, I've said before women can really read a man, but nothing's perfect in life. They want to make sure. Yeah, he's showing one thing. They want to make sure he is that one thing. And it's something you don't get mad about. If you that real man who's standing up, who doing all this, you just gonna let it happen. Now, if she gonna say something, do something just to see your reaction. She might say something just to make sure you that type who's gonna stand up for who you are and what you about. Like if you that man say, nah, I ain't gonna let him do all that stuff. I ain't gonna let a person say that. And she says that to you, she gonna automatically know. She gonna automatically know. She gonna be like, well, you know what? He ain't who he say he is. He ain't the man he say he is. They want to make sure. In fact, I've even had some women, they will say they will do that. They will do something to see if the man puts them in check. If the man can handle them. They will do that. See, the thing with women, no matter what you think, no matter what they be saying out here, they want that man who will tell them to zip it. In fact, let me use that story. Let me use that particular story, that particular zip it. There was a young lady who I had been on a panel with, and she had a reputation of just going hard on men, going hard on anybody, going straight up. And I remember I found out, like, that was the first time I met her. The second time she had a wedding ring on, I was like, who married you? And I said it just like that. And what she said was her husband was the type who would tell her to zip it. And she would just zip it. He would put her in check. Now, this woman who was, she was a hard ass. She was a ball breaker. But she was married to this guy who would tell her to zip it. See, understand something. Despite what women say publicly, they all want a certain type of man. Every single woman wants a certain type of man. And nowadays, even these independent, tough, independent women, and they want a man who's just going to take charge. Most of them anyway, there's always an exception. But then, if you that type of man, she'll be happy. She can be chilled. Most of them. There's always an exception. And even those, they will test you. There were some women who will test to see if you can be that leader. And especially you get a lot of guys out here saying they want that woman to submit. That woman's going to test to see if you're the type of man she can submit to. Let me talk about that for a second. A woman's not going to just submit to a guy just because he's a man. She want to make sure he can be a leader. And some women, she will test that leadership. If he can take charge, sometimes they will say stuff. They will do stuff to see if he can handle it. Sometimes they'll throw out, they've been with such and such many men just to see how he handles it. Like that whole thing about how many men and women have slept with. There are some women who actually say they slept with a lot of guys just to test how that man is. See, that's the main reason. They want to see if he can handle it. Like a lot of times, they throw something your way to see how you handle it. Now, you get some guys that just be like, oh, I'm just going to let them do that. And then you're going to be like, the woman be like, yeah, I'm going to get somebody else. Like, let me tell you a story. And I ain't told this one time a long time ago. There was this woman who, she was acting funky around me. But then somebody called her up, a gay friend of hers called her up and wanted to go to a club. And she started getting ready. And I just sat there. I was just like, I ain't say anything. She said, you gonna say something? I was like, were you gonna do anything anyway? She was like, no. All right. I watched it get ready. And she had such a sad look on her face when her and the gay guy were driving away to this club. I was like, hey, bye. But then the next day I went up and said, you know what, I'm gonna start seeing other women. And then she had the nerve to get an attitude about it. And it was one of the few times I cursed a woman out. Because I was just like, you did all that yesterday. What you expect I'm gonna do? Right? And couldn't get rid of her for a long time. I could probably call her up right now and still get some attention. I could call her up right now. This was decades ago, and I could still probably call her up because I put her in check. She saw what I was about. Women always going to test your reaction to something. Now, if you down for whatever she doing, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But then she might not want you. She might not want you. But then if you be like, nah, this ain't gonna happen, then the woman get all happy. Because a woman, see, one thing with a woman too, she'll feel like if she could do something to you, somebody else could do something to you. Shoot, in fact, some women, they might even have like one of their girlfriends try to hit on you. See what your reaction is going to be. Or some woman that she ain't even introduces one of her girlfriends try to hit on you. Just to see what your reaction going to be. See if you going to be that loyal dude. Women, I'm going to tell you something with women. They'll play a lot of games, but sometimes it's not always just a game of trying to get over on you. It's trying to see what you're going to do. If you want to be the man you're going to say you are. This is what I would say for every single man. Whatever your stance, just stick with it no matter what. No matter what. You don't even try to keep her, even if she got the progression. Yeah, I'm doing that one late. Yeah, she got that face card, she got the hair, she got those nice breastises, that snatch waist, that big old butt dump, those round hips, those thick thighs, which save lives, those calves. I'm seeing a lot of guys like calves. I gotta get a rhyme for it. Nice toes if the weather's warm out. No matter what, stand for who you are. Stand for who you are, because she might test it. And see, like I said, it's not even about she just trying to play games. It's mainly for her own comfort, her own satisfaction, her own. I can't think of that word. Look. She'll do it just for her own benefit, okay? Just to make sure her own comfort, to make sure you are who you say you are. No matter what she do, you be who you are. You be who you are. Like even in that situation I mentioned with that young lady who's going out. My thing was, I'm gonna see how far you gonna take this. That's my thing. I'm like, you doing that? Like they testing, but I'm testing too. So you might or might not want to do that. That's up to you. All right. So, but then that's the main reason. They just want to see who you are, who you say you are, or who you trying to behave like. You know. And I've seen some cases women, they'll say something to a guy or do something with a guy, and he'll just fold. He'll just fold. He'll act like I knew this other guy. He was acting like he was this tough guy. Like, yeah, I'll do this or that. But then there was a real situation. He didn't stand up. So she knew what was up, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.